Alright, now how do we get the foul play mod? Basically, this mod is simply a mod that adds birds. Here we have all the birds it adds and a few items too. And honestly, it adds so much atmosphere to the game, especially since the birds have their own sounds and everything, which gives it a really, really incredible vibe. So anyway, without further ado, how do we get the mod? Well, basically, we'll head to Fowl Play. As you see, it has 44,000 users, created 8 months ago and updated 2 months ago. And basically, we'll go to Files or Mod Loaders, search for Forge, all versions 120.1. We'll click the 3 dots and get file. Save this file in Windows plus R app data. Go to roaming.minecraft and the mods folder. This is where we'll be saving it. As you see, I have it. Where do I have it? Foul play, here it is, okay? If we go to relations, we'll also need the architecture API, the smart brain lib, and the yet another config lib. These are required dependencies that the platform adds. So anyway, we're going to have to get them no matter what, all right? So anyway, with that, we can already start playing the mod without any issues. All right, how do we find the blue jay in Minecraft Foul Play? Well, this species spawns in pairs in any forest biome, deciduous or coniferous, and they have their own sounds, like all mobs in this game, loud squawks and skittish behavior. If we get close or they spot birds of prey, they'll flee by walking or flying, and we can attract them by tossing seeds on the ground, okay? If I grab some seeds now, we can attract them, as you'll see, just like most of the mobs in this mod. Obviously, we need to keep our distance because if we stay too close to the dropped food, the bird will cancel its approach. And that's about it, okay? It's a decorative bird. Not sure if it drops anything. Oh, it gives us feathers, so there you have it. Alright, how do we find the cardinal? Well, basically the northern cardinal is a bird with bright red plumage that shares spawning mechanics with other forest birds and appears in forest biomes. They like to perch in trees and fly from branch to branch, and like other small species, they're easy prey, so they'll avoid players and flee from any birds of prey. If we toss seeds on the ground, you'll see they'll come closer and fly down to feed. So yeah, it's that simple. Alright, so here we have the chickadee, which is a very small bird with extremely fast and erratic movements. They basically appear naturally in mixed forests, and due to their small size and quick flight animation, they're difficult to catch and track visually. Nothing else is specified about this mob, other than that we can feed them seeds and attract them. If we defeat them, they'll drop feathers, like all the birds in the mod, and that's about it. There we have it. Alright, so here we have the duck, probably, in my opinion, the best mob in this game. And basically the duck is a water bird that travels in large flocks, and to find them we need to explore wetland habitats like lakes, rivers and swamps. Unlike chickens, these ducks have realistic textures and models with blue stripes. Look, there it is on the wings that become visible during their flight animation. It'd be cool to see them fly. Honestly, I don't know if it's possible. Let's see if I throw it. Look, there you go. There you go. Also, if we defeat them, they'll drop feathers like all birds, and if we throw seeds, well, I don't know if they'll be attracted or not. They really don't care, honestly. So yeah, there they are. If we're in survival, I think they'll run away from us a bit, but you can see the atmosphere it adds to Minecraft, right? I mean, it's incredible to walk around and see a bird flying away from you. Plus, it looks super, super cool. Man, I think it's awesome. I think it's really awesome, honestly. So yeah, there we have it. All right, so here we have the goose. Basically, these geese are large birds that appear in flocks or in multiple species variants, like the common goose, Canada goose, and others. And they have a unique family behavior mechanic where the baby geese, here's one, will enter the water and swim in a line following exactly in their mother's wake. Let's see, let's check it out. Well, right now, if I'm nearby, they just run away. But I want you to look. I know you can't see. I'm going to get closer. I want you to see how cute they are when they walk, huh? Look how cool. Wow, it's so cool, right? It's really cool. I mean, look, it's just an ambience mod that adds birds, and that's it. Purely decorative. But for me, this mod is a 10. You know, I'm serious. I mean, obviously, it doesn't add more stuff. It doesn't add 400 animals, just birds, but they're all perfect, dude. And they give us feathers. I'm also going to show you the animation of how they fly so you can see how cool it looks. Look, I mean, they look They look cool, right? So yeah, there we have it. I hope you enjoyed it and see you in future videos. Bye bye. All right, how can we find the crow? Well, crows are highly intelligent birds that basically live in wooded areas. The main thing is they gather in dark masses, forming flocks of dozens of birds with a voracious and dark feeding behavior. Besides eating seeds, they'll swoop down for any food dropped on the ground, even going for chicken meat if you drop it. Let's test it out. Let's toss the chicken meat there, and as you see, all the birds come to grab the item and particles appear. Not really sure what those particles mean, but anyway, as you see, not just the... Oops! One of them got the hunger effect. I assume they get hungry, so they can keep eating, not because the food is bad or anything. But yeah, there they are, all eating. Pretty cool, right? We can do the classic thing of feeding the birds and have them all come to eat. And it might seem silly, but I can go anywhere because I spawned them in creative mode, right? And you might say that, well, it's fake, but if I throw a seed here now, look how many birds show up. I mean, these are pigeons, right? A ton of birds appear out of nowhere, and this works anywhere, okay? I move over here, throw a seed, and look, they're going to appear, they're going to appear. I have faith. Let's see, well, maybe right here, there weren't any. I'm going to move a bit, and there, look, there's one. Oh, he grabbed it and ran off. Look. There, see? So now you know anywhere you can toss a little seed and see if one shows up. Oh, look, here's another one. There's a little chicken, right? A chicken. So incredible, right? I mean, this mod gives birds like 100 boosts, seriously. All right, how do we find seagulls? Well, basically, seagulls aren't pure environmental birds. They only spawn on beaches and coastal cliffs. Look at them flying around there. And there are 3 variants with equal spawn rates, okay? We see this darker one, the white one, and I guess there's another with slightly different wings. But basically they're active hunters. If a fish rises 1 or 2 blocks above water, the seagull will dive down to devour it, okay? Here we have... There it is. There you saw it, okay. Tuku. Oh, it's getting it. Ooh. Oh, it's getting it. They're searching around, huh? They're searching around, but they're not getting it. Let's see. I'll put a few here. Look how they try to attack. Look how they try to catch the fish. Sometimes they jump out of the water, like that one. See that one and that one. Sometimes they jump out of the water and look. Ooh, they caught one there. Wow, how cool is that? Well, this is what they do. They'll also steal any dropped food, okay? Even golden carrots. Let's see, golden carrots. Look how it comes to grab the seeds. Golden carrots too. Let's see. Yes, they took them, yes. Well, there we have it. Okay, there we have them. Incredible. Plus, these creatures have a unique mechanic that lets you partially tame the seagulls. If you throw them food repeatedly, the bird will gain trust points and stop fleeing when the player approaches. Obviously, it has a collective memory system, so basically if you hit or damage a seagull, all nearby seagulls that witness the betrayal will instantly lose their trust state, okay? So keep that in mind. Alright, how can we find the hawk? Well, basically, the red-tailed hawk is a bird of prey, larger than most, found in forests. To find it, we need to go to open, wide areas like plains or prairies, where they perch on top of solitary trees or glide at high altitudes. They emit a characteristic high-pitched screech and act as agile predators, diving at high speed toward the ground to scare or hunt smaller birds. So they're pretty pro, huh? This bird, pretty pro. There's the duck, which I think is suffering a bit, right? But hey, as you can see, it gives a lot of atmosphere flying around out there. I mean, they really look incredible. And yeah, not much else. I assume we can attract them with some smaller prey, maybe with seeds. And the drop will be feathers like all the other birds in the mod, okay? And there we have them grabbing a little bit. No, but this is a different kind of bird. This is a different type of bird. This is the sparrow. Well, I think the hawks prefer the sparrow. Look how they're chasing it. There it is. There's the sparrow, huh? They were chasing it, huh? Look, they're going after it. And the sparrow runs off, obviously. Uh-oh. I. They got it. They took some health, huh? A heart and a half they took. Oh my goodness. Took it. I. Well, there we have it. Alright, so here we have the penguins inside foul play. Basically, the emperor penguin is a polar bird that spawns exclusively on icy beaches and snowy plains. They have hybrid movement mechanics, so on land they can waddle around. Right now there aren't any on land, but let's see. Move. There it is. And then on ice, they slide around like we're seeing here. When they enter frozen oceans, they swim at really high speed. Let's see. There it is. There we go. And they hunt fish, right? Look, look, look. They're going fast, huh? They're fast. So yeah, there we have them. I figure if we catch fish, we can attract them, right? Oh, look, look. We can feed them fish. We can feed them fish. There it is. There. I've already fed 2 of them, I think. I don't know if this will make them breed or not, but well, they're making a whirlpool there, that's for sure. Look, 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 look. A baby. A mini penguin. And the mini penguin goes, he's going to hunt a fish, right? What's he going to do? Yes, yes, yes. Look how he's watching the fish. Or he's drowning. I say this because he's going down, huh? Little penguin. Poor thing. He's sinking. He doesn't have enough strength. I hope nothing happens to him, just so you know, baby penguins go so slowly that they sink. Unless you want to have your penguin underwater for who knows how long. Okay, that one's about to grow. 8 seconds left. Just to see if it's mine or not. I mean, if it's my pet, and... No, it's not. He likes fish, huh? Oh my god. Whoa, we found a bug, huh? If a penguin grows underwater, it gets stuck in one spot. Well, I don't know if reloading the world would get it out, but anyway, there we have them. Alright, so here we have the raven, which is basically a common crow. It's the largest and darkest member of the crow family in the mod. Unlike normal crows, it's much bigger, okay? And it moves at a higher speed. It appears in a wide variety of wooded biomes and shares that opportunistic instinct of feeding on items dropped in the environment. I mean, they behave just like crows, okay? Basically, well, any item that's on the ground, they're gonna go grab it, no matter what type of food it is or anything. So, nothing. There they are, pretty cool. Alright, so here we have the robin. Basically, it's a standard ambient bird. It only appears in temperate forests like other birds its size, and keeps its distance from players and predators, adding bird song and hopping from branch to enhance the atmosphere. As you can see, they go for the seed, so... Well, here we have a bit of bird ambience. It's actually really cool, right? I really mean it. The flight animation, and yeah, these are the robins. No, there's not much more. Alright, so here we have the sparrow, and how can we find it? Basically, the house sparrow is the tiniest bird in the entire mod, visually smaller than a standard block. And they're basically noisy creatures that congregate both in dense forests and on village rooftops. And because of their small size, their aerial movements are very fast and evasive. So yeah, not much else. They like seeds, obviously. And there we have it. Anyway, I hope you liked the mod, alright? With this, we've got it more than covered. And yeah, let me know what you think. As always, there's a little gift in the description, so check it out. And yeah, see you in future videos. Bye-bye. Alright, so here we have the pigeon. Now, pigeons are called the rats of the sky in this mod. They spawn on rocky coastlines and inside the villages of the villagers. They generate in a huge variety of patterns, including the rare white pigeon variant, right? We can tame these birds by feeding them any type of food, which activates their main messaging mechanic for multiplayer servers. So to use this messaging mechanic, we first need to tame the pigeon. I'm going to try with seeds. There it is, with seeds. Look, now it's mine. And basically we need to grab a bundle. Well, a sack, what's it called? Whoa, this might not even be the version that has bundles, huh? Is this it? Bag. I don't think there are bundles in this version. Well, basically we'd grab a bundle, okay? Those are the sacks they've added to Minecraft. We'd rename it in an anvil with the exact name of the other player on the server, and when we give that renamed sack to the pigeon, it'll start a delivery flight crossing thousands of blocks until it reaches the destination player's coordinates to drop off the items. So yeah, that's how the mechanic works, alright? There we have it.